Nancy Pelosi doesn't seem well. I mean, the Pelosi I remember was the hard-charging California congresswoman with big, bold legislative ideas. Although Republicans opposed her Obama-era tax and spend, the stimulus, or her Obamacare cramdown, at least she was doing something. But now she spends her days obsessed with President Trump, muttering and sputtering.
Yes, these could be impeachable offenses, but I intend not to, the three things. You might understand it better if you remember these three things.
Listen. No. Here are my three things, Nancy. Number one, when you cannot produce a coherent thought, maybe it's time to hang it up. Number two, you've had the gavel for 4 months, and you have nothing to show for it but resistance. And number three, you, as leader of the Democrats, are doing a grave disservice and real damage to America by repeatedly refusing to recognize the legitimacy of the duly elected President of the United States and his appointed cabinet. Think about this. Both Joe Biden, the 2020 frontrunner, and Speaker Pelosi are not just out of step with the American people on key issues. To watch them, to observe them, we see that they've kind of lost a step or two or three, period. I mean, they look like they belong in commercials for visiting angels. They shouldn't have their hands on any levers of power. Stay away. Yesterday, Pelosi seemed to struggle with the whole subject, verb, direct object thing.
As you can see, distinguished leader on the Appropriations Committee, Senator Patty Murray.
Dick Durbin.
Where's Dick Durbin? Is he this way? Debbie Stabenow.
And Biden? Well, that situation's getting worse by the day.
The country wasn't built by Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and hedge fund managers. Right today, the same is happening in big hospitals. I think we have to rethink how we define what constitutes a successful economy.
Can you imagine him going up against President Xi of China? I mean, Lord help us. Pelosi is now the leader of the do-nothing party, though. Come on. I mean, it's just beyond obvious. Think of just one issue, like illegal immigration and the border crisis. Democrats alone are to blame for the shameless overcapacity situation at our Border Patrol stations we just talked about with the DHS secretary, and the horrendous effects of the crisis, what it has on the health and welfare of Americans and illegal immigrants. No one should leave town for Memorial Day parades or fundraisers or vacations until the necessary fixes are put in place for our border. But instead, this is Nancy's focus.
I do think that impeachment is a very divisive place to go in our country. And what we can get the facts to the American people through our investigation, it may take us to a place that is unavoidable in terms of impeachment or not. But we're not at that place yet.
An investigation? What a fraud. Apparently it wasn't enough to waste $35 million in taxpayer dollars and 2 years of time. Democrats feel like they'll do a more in-depth investigation than the special counsel. With how many? 19 lawyers, was it? Including many Democrats? But they're going to do the real investigation on Capitol Hill. They couldn't investigate their way out of a paper bag. This is all politics. Nancy Pelosi will continue to do what she just did in that soundbite, to dangle the prospect of impeachment to mollify her nasty base of radicals and, of course, to irk the president. And this is perhaps the most serious concern of all. Pelosi is chipping away at the foundation of our constitutional republic, that when one side loses, the other side accepts the outcome of the election. I still remember when they were wondering if Trump was going to accept the outcome, if Hillary won. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Democrats have never seen Trump as a legitimate president, though. The Queen of San Francisco has picked up where the deep state left off.
I pray for the President of the United States. I wish that his family or his administration or his staff would have an intervention for the good of the country. Maybe he wants to take a leave of absence. I don't know.
Maybe you need to take a leave of absence. Is Pelosi actually questioning Trump's physical or mental condition when we have basic verb conjugation problems up there on Capitol Hill? I mean, if anyone needs to have a timeout, it's Pelosi, who's abandoned the party of JFK to the party of AOC. And the president apparently is seeing what I'm seeing.
Tell you what, I've been watching her, and I have been watching her for a long period of time. She's not the same person. She's lost it.
And that's the angle.